Soon were assembled all the birds of the air, even the great eagle of the Iroquois, which was seldom induced to appear upon the earth, hastens to pay her respects to the remains of the renowned and benevolent hunter. All being satisfied that he was really dead, the United Council of Birds and Animals, which remained convened, decided that his scalp must be recovered, saying that any bird or animal who pleased might volunteer to go on this mission. The fox was the first to offer his services and departed full of hope that his zeal would be crowned with success. But after many days he returned, saying he could find no trace of man's footsteps. Not a chick or child belonged to any settlement. The great love which they bore their friend prompted several others to go upon the same mission. And to the animals belonged the first right as they had first found him. But at length the birds were anxious to show their devotion, and the pigeon hawk begged leave to make the first flight, as he was more swift of wing than any other, and could visit the whole world in the shortest space of time. They had scarcely missed him when he returned. He said he had been over the entire earth and found it not. They did not consider his voyage satisfactory, as he had flown so swiftly that it was impossible for him to see anything distinctly by the way. Next, the white heron proposed that he be sent. Because of being so slow of wing, he could see every object as he passed. On his aerial voyage, he discovered a plain covered with the vines of the wild bean, laden with the delicious fruit. It was too great a temptation for him to resist, and he descended to enjoy a feast. So gluttonously did he partake that he could not rise again from the earth, and the council, after many days of anxious waiting, called for a substitute. Here the crow came forward and acknowledged his fitness for such an office, as he was also slow of wing, and was accustomed to hover settlements and discern them afar off. He would not be suspected of any particular design should he linger near the one that contained the scalp. The warrior who possessed the coveted treasure knew the birds and animals were holding council on the field of battle, to devise means to recover it. But when the crow drew near, he was not alarmed. The smoke of the wigwams indicated a settlement, and as the crow sailed lazily through the air at a great height above the roofs of the cabins, he espied the scalp which he knew must be the one he sought, stretched out to dry. After various unsuccessful stratagems, he was able to seize it, and flew away to exhibit his trophy to the council. Now they attempted to fit it to his head, but being dry, it was impossible. So search was made to find something with which to moisten it, but in vain. Then slowly moved forward the great eagle, and bids them listen to his words. My wings are never furled night and day for years and hundreds of years. The dews of heaven have been collected upon my back, as I sat in my nest above the clouds. Perhaps these waters may have a virtue no earthly fountain can possess, we will see. Then she plucked a feather from her wing and dipped it in the dewy elixir, which was then applied to the shriveled scalp, and lo, it became pliable and fresh as if just removed. Now it would fit, but there must be a healing power to cause the flesh to unite, and again to awaken life. All were anxious to do something in the great work. Therefore all went forth to bring rare leaves, flowers, barks, the flesh of animals, and the brain of birds, to form a healing mixture. When they returned, it was prepared, and having been moistened with the dew, was applied to the scalp, and instantly adhered to it and became firm. This caused the hunter to sit up. He looked around in astonishment upon his numerous friends, unable to divine the meaning of so strange an assemblage. Then they bade him stand upon his feet, and told him how he was found dead upon the plain, and how great was the lamentation of all those who had so long experienced his kindness, and the efforts they had made to restore him to life. They then gave him the compound which had been the means of restoring him to life, saying, it was the gift of the Great Spirit to man. He alone had directed them in the affairs of the council, had brought the eagle to furnish the heavenly moisture, and gave them wisdom in making the preparation, that they might furnish to man a medicine which should be effectual for every wound. When they had finished, the animals departed to their forest haunts. The eagle soared again to his eyrie, and the birds of the air flew away to their nests in the tall trees, all happy and rejoicing that they had accomplished this great good. The hunter returned to his home and spread abroad the news of the miracle and the knowledge of the wonderful medicine, which is used to this day among the Iroquois by those who are the favorites of the Great Spirit.